So, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I did give this episode a rather, yeah, I gave it a title and a half. And this is going to be a very disturbing episode. And I suppose some might have some kind of, I don't know, PTSD shenanigans in connection to some of it. But, yeah, well, let's just say that you've been warned, and let's just get the ball rolling. Whenever the waiter comes back, or waiter with a question mark, there we go, and click on you. Oh, Nina moves out of the way. Strategic.
Hey, you alright?
He stares at you, and you feel a strange mix of fear and contempt within his glare. You realize to your horror that you've seen those eyes before only a few days earlier.
Everyone, take cover! Is anyone hurt?
It's a trap! You'll try to kill us! Guards!
Shut up, Ron. You're still alive, aren't you?
It appears that poor Imogen is the only one injured.
She is more than injured, though.
I'm sorry. She's dead.
I knew it! You tried to kill me! All of you!
Calm down, Ron. You don't know who was behind this.
Actually, he has a point. All those who knew about this meeting are in this room.
Except, of course, for Charlie.
He only joined us at the last moment. Dr. Regis, will you lend us your skill as an investigator?
Yeah, you find who tried to kill me!
Do this for us, Charlie, and we'll give you everything. We can tell you who has your kids and exactly where he is.
Fine. Just remember, I'm not doing this for your sake. Someone here almost killed me as well.
Thank you anyway, Charlie.
Okay. So, this mess on the floor, let's just click on Imogen, see if anything pops up. You can't find anything on her body that isn't an item of fashion. Fair enough. Is there anything else I can click on? There's the cooler, yes, but I don't think we have anything that needs cooling at the moment.
Hello?
Though obscured by his dark glasses, you can tell that the guard is staring right through you. Apparently, conversation is not his priority. Okay.
Mr. Ron,
What you want?
I've started my investigation.
You find who tried to kill me.
Who tried to kill all of us, Mr. Ron?
This city dangerous. Police do lousy job.
Can you recall anything suspicious?
No, stop asking stupid questions.
I'll get back to you.
Stop wasting my time.
Never mind.
Mr. Stepford, can I have a moment?
Oh my, yes.
I've started my investigation of the bombing.
Oh my, yes? I can assure you I had no part in this terrible tragedy.
I hear that a lot.
In fact, my core programming prevents me from harming a human being.
Huh, a synthetic. I guess you'd be the only one leaving lubricant oil instead of DNA evidence.
Oh my, no, Dr. Regis. My outer dermis is organic tissue. It's top of the line, patterned from my creator, Dr. Arthur Stepford.
Huh. I've been learning a lot about synths these past few days. So, you have DNA?
Indeed, it's delightful skin, don't you think?
Sure.
I go to great pains to keep it moisturized.
The images. I tell you, the images. But then I suppose he is only a collection of pixels, so whatever.
Could the guards have arranged the bombing? They're obviously synthetics, but I imagine they're more comfortable with hurting people.
They would not be worth much as protection otherwise, oh my, no. But each security platform maintains a constant connection to my own systems. Their degree of independence is limited.
So if one of them were responsible, I'd have to consider you complicit.
Oh my, yes.
Were you aware that this establishment serves human meat?
Oh my, yes. It's delightfully macabre, isn't it? I'm sure the experience would be enhanced by being able to eat, of course.
You don't eat?
Some models can simulate digestion, but this platform is unable to. Go on, Dr. Regis. Try something for me.
I'll pass. I'll get back to you.
Oh my, yes.
Okay, so they just revealed something here through Stepford that I'm not sure we're supposed to know at this time, namely that this restaurant serves human meat. Now it's not as bad as you think. It's not like they just drag in random people and kill them and well, eat them cannibal style. You're gonna. I'm going to leave it until we get to the kitchen. It's you know, not a big secret, or at least they don't go out of their way to hide it.
Dr. Regis, how can I help?
I've begun my investigation into the bombing.
If anyone can resolve this, it's you, Dr. Regis.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Counselor. I don't know how much closer I am to figuring out who's behind it, though.
Because of the pool of suspects, it might be better to think about exclusion. Perhaps you can find evidence to rule out those not involved.
I'll get back to you, Counselor.
Anything I can do to help, Dr. Regis?
That is some very sound advice, and that is precisely what we are going to do.
Nothing on it I can use. I'm not exactly equipped to repair synthetics.
Can you do this though?
It's too badly damaged to get anything useful out of it.
Never mind then. But I think we could do this.
Oh my, Dr. Regis,
Yeah.
how forward. I'd no idea you felt that way.
Uh,
We must discuss this later in private.
I'm just going to go.
Of course, of course.
Well, we are going to need to do that at some point, only apparently not right at this moment.
Nina,
Charlie, how can I help?
Oh wow, we are going to have a hell of a lot of conversation going on here.
this plot of yours. You want to bring down Central. You realize how crazy that sounds, right? You helped make it.
Yes and no. To everyone else here, Central is an obstacle that needs removing. I wish to liberate Central, to unlock its full potential.
Oh, Lord, you don't mean.
You and I alone understand what it's capable of. I want greater things for it than mere civic management.
Okay. If any one of you have also played Mass Effect, you probably cringed something spectacular at that. Okay, so let's see. Did we get like 3 separate lines of well, approaches with this little conspiracy group to remove Central? That is, you know, destroy it, disconnect it, deactivate it, whatever, or modify it. That was Stepford's line, I believe. And Nina's line would be to just set the AI free. Because Skynet was not a bad idea. I guess they don't have Terminator 2 anymore. Let's just say that the ending is going to be, yeah, exciting.
What's in it for you? There must be some kind of payoff.
Is it so unbelievable that I'd be doing something for the greater good of mankind?
Yes, I know you.
You knew me 20 years ago. I've had quite an epiphany since then.
I'll believe it when I see it. How would you liberate Central? What does that even mean?
I've spent the last 20 years researching Central's development. I've built up a network of contacts and I've done a lot of favors. Everything I need is available and moving into place.
But how?
Leave that to me. For now, just understand that we can help each other. Help me out and I'll get you all the aid you need with your legacy.
You got a city councilor on your side.
Counselor Dean is a good man. He objects to the gradual encroachment Central has made on Newton's governance.
Do you trust him?
More than anyone else here. He may be a politician, but his goals are noble.
Can you be sure?
The governor and his brain's a good start. He's physically incapable of deceit. Plus, he's got a whole lot of enemies.
So, a sign that he's tried to change something.
A modern-day Woodrow Wilson.
So, Imogen something something.
Imogen Natalia Revilla Quintanilla de Flores.
Yeah. How is someone like that on your team?
It's a terrible shame. She likely wasn't aware of what she was getting into.
Then why was she here?
She gave the impression of a vacant socialite, but she was smarter than she looked. Make no mistake, if any of us were to be lost, it's her that I'll miss the most.
You used her, Nina.
We're all users here, Charlie. It's how we got where we are, even dear Imogen.
Ran Shuman. Chinese?
Nearly. Greater Han Republic. Mr. Ran operates one of the largest manufacturing dynasties in Asia.
Completely putting aside his politics, of course.
Of course. If I need something made, I speak to Mr. Ran. Trust me, this project needs a lot of specialized capital.
We'll see how nice he is if you get your way, and get Central out of the picture. Stepford's an unusual man, isn't he?
That's one way of putting it. Don't discount him, though. He's smarter than he looks.
I get the feeling a lot of his behavior's an act. Constructed.
You have no idea how close you are with that. He's the one who found where your embryo snatcher's hiding, though.
He's a hacker?
You might say he has a mutual understanding with data systems.
Huh. So at the time we get to pick that conversation option, apparently we have not yet heard that Stepford was a synthetic. Well, I guess I did things a little out of order.
Let's change the subject.
Yes, please.
I've started my investigation.
It sounds like we've got the right man for the job. I remember when you were so nervous, but now look at you.
It's been a long time. People change.
Even so, my mental image of you is sitting at a DNA sequencer. Perhaps a restaurant would let you use theirs.
Why would a restaurant need a sequencer?
It helps with their rather niche menu.
Okay, so here's where we might find out about the human meat thing.
Don't you think we should move out? Cell aren't going to ignore a blast like that.
For a harmless little kitchen fire, they won't come.
Kitchen fire? What do you...
They won't send anyone. It's all under control here. We've enough wheels greased at Cell to make sure there's an understanding. Oh, lighten up, Charlie. This is helping you. You can go on a mole hunt at Cell once your children are safe.
There's a pretty big implication there, though. I mean, this isn't like present-day society. Central dispatches Cell agents. Central is an AI. You don't really get access to that normally as an ordinary civilian. So, unless someone had done something to Central, that AI would have dispatched someone. So it's not just like a casual, well, we just found someone at the exchange and bribed them to hide the message and so on. This is pretty big.
I've never heard of this place before.
Oh, it's very exclusive. We've reserved the entire venue for this meeting. It's famous among circles of the rich and famous for discretion and its unique menu.
What is it? Italian?
Actually, the choice is mostly human.
Oh, here we go.
This restaurant serves people?
Absolutely. It's quite a niche, isn't it?
It's...
Oh, calm down, Charlie. It's all cloned tissue. Nothing illegal's taking place. Well, not with the food, at least.
But why would anyone?
In an increasingly permissive world, it's the ultimate taboo. Join us if you want to, Charlie. Don't worry, I shan't judge you.
So it's cloned meat. And the cloning takes place in the kitchen. We will be going there eventually. And it's going to be, well, not exactly gory, but it's going to be a bit icky. At least, if you ask me.
How did you know to come looking for me? Were you spying on me? On Lau?
You wound me, Charlie. In fact, it was Gil's untimely demise that caught our attention.
Gil Vanderwall?
He was one of us, part of our cause as well. His death is unfortunate, but it signaled a much more serious crisis. It meant that we had to step up the timetable for our plan.
A more serious crisis.
Gil was the one who arranged the employment of a certain mindjacker. It was this thief's memory module that led to Gil's death.
Huh. He said he had information about it.
Indeed, he likely would have pointed you in the right direction. If he hadn't, well, I've already read the report you submitted to Central.
Hey.
Yeah. She is not just anyone, is she?
Can you think of anyone who'd want to do this? Why recruit a suicide bomber? For this?
Frankly, the main reason I can think of to hire someone for a job like this, hypothetically speaking, of course, would be if one were unable to carry it out oneself.
Can you think of a likely saboteur?
I have my suspicions, but we depend on you for the truth.
You look well.
Thank you, Charlie. The private sector's been good to me. How have you been holding up?
I'd tell you, but I'm sure you've already done your research.
Apparently you still haven't gotten over Vicky.
You don't just get over something like that. I guess I should thank you. You were a lot of help in the factory.
Don't mention it. What are friends for, after all?
Huh. Of course, now I'm indebted to you for the assistance, aren't I?
Well, if you want to put it like that.
What are you into these days? It's not organized crime, is it?
Not directly, no. Mostly I troubleshoot for clients regarding organic computing. It funds my own projects, one of which is the transmitter you drank.
How long is it going to be in my head?
Don't worry, it'll break down in a couple of weeks.
It's giving me a headache.
Nobody's reported side effects like that yet.
I'm not talking about the wetware.
Oh, ha. Droll as ever.
I'm surprised you didn't stay on with Dr. Vargas. You were one of the only ones who stayed on to the end of the project.
Creating Central was one of the most rewarding ventures of my life.
I hear you kept the project on track after Vicky.
After we lost half the team, it was hard, but we persisted. We had a lucky break.
You didn't fancy joining Vargas in politics afterwards, then?
As a glorified caretaker? No. Eduardo and I had philosophical differences about Central's development. But as he was put in charge by the city council, I had to accept it or leave.
And now, you plan to take back what you created.
Precisely.
That's all.
Keep me informed, Charlie.
Okay, well, let's just go downstairs. And visit the John. Okay.
Apparently, this mirror is having a software error. Before I came to Newton, that sentence wouldn't have made any sense to me.
It doesn't make any sense to me, I can tell you that. But yeah, the Internet of Things. This mirror now has a software error.
There's the remains of a first aid kit in here. Someone's used all of the med patches and pseudoderm spray. Must have had an injury. The only item left is a bottle of harsh-smelling toilet cleaner.
I think that part about using all the med patches is significant in some ways. I'm not sure what that is. But this we can do something about.
It's already been opened.
Yep, we actually needed to do that. Because we need that tissue paper. Let's see. Okay, we're going to leave the kitchen alone for the time being. I guess I'll save it for next episode. We need some light in here. I guess... Oh, hey.
Ow! Whatever it is, it's got sharp edges. It feels like the cover to the outside vent, but I can't see a thing. I can't see a damn thing in here.
How are we going to do that, though? Let's see. Yada, down there. Okay, we can do this. Run the tissue along the bloodied edge of the grate, taking as much still moist blood as possible. Though how Regis would know to look for tissue samples from the vent cover is beyond me at the moment. Still, that is what we could do in here. Okay, we are going to the kitchen now, and I think that is going to be a potentially lengthy episode, or at least something I would like to keep in the same episode. So I will leave it with that, and next up, the kitchen, where they make human meat. Oh joy, am I right?